Good afternoon. So let's start our class. Let's start our afternoon session. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. We were doing introduction to modals, right? And I was showing you the diagram. Okay, so right. So yesterday I was in the morning I was teaching this. Right. And we saw this, we came till the third section, okay, we came till the third section, prediction, ought to, desire, prediction, should, ought to. Right, so I will draw this next diagram, this side. Okay, and then so you see here obligation. This is obligation. Obligation, and here must have to, and here no obligation, need not. And then here we have venture and courage. Venture, courage. Venture and courage. Dare. You dare talk to me like that, right? Obligation. You must come tomorrow. You have to come tomorrow to college. Okay, obligation. No obligation. You need not come tomorrow to college. Need not. It's not obligatory. There's no obligation that you can come. So first we see obligation. You must come to college tomorrow. And no obligation. You need not come to college tomorrow. And we see here venture and courage. Dare. You dare talk to me like this. Okay. You dare talk to me like that. You dare climb up that mountain. Okay. You dare climb up that mountain. Right. So I told you these two things. Right. And then you have here permission, may. You have permission. You have permission, may. This category. Okay? Right. So here in the morning we saw the probability range. Under the probability, certainty, possibility, doubt, impossibility, right? And then we saw that you are doing this will and must, possible, may, might, doubt, can, could, impossibility, can't do, couldn't, won't, right? Now we shall see some other category, another category. Okay. Right. Okay. So here we shall look at this first one is desire. D-E-S-I-R-E. Desire. In that desire you have will, shall, must and should. Will, shall, must and should. Then you have prediction here. Next is, okay, you have prediction. Prediction, you have prediction, will. And then you have here, that is, next one is, you have here advice. Advice. In that should. Then here you have moral duty. Moral duty, advice, and then ought to. Right? So, desire, I will, I shall, I must. Okay? I must buy a new motorbike. I must buy a new car. Right? I should buy a new car. I should stitch a new dress. Okay? I should stitch a new dress. Desire. Prediction. It will rain in the evening, today evening. Okay, it will rain today evening. It will rain today evening. Prediction. Yeah, this prediction. Prediction. P-R-E-D-I-C-T-I-O-N. Prediction. Will. It will rain today evening. Okay, it will rain today evening. Advice. You should not talk like that. No, you are giving someone advice. You are giving someone advice. You should not talk like that. You should not sit like that. You should not sit like that. Right? You should not move around the building. Should, advice. And then duty, moral obligation, you ought to. It's a moral obligation. You ought to keep quiet when the teacher is teaching. You ought to keep quiet when the teacher is teaching. I hope you are able to understand, right? Is it clear? Is it clear to all of you? Are you able to follow? Right? Are you able to understand? Right. You ought to. You ought to listen to what the teacher is saying, right? So this is modal, right? Modals with these examples, right? So you need to understand that these are modals with examples, right? Okay, and I'll give you some characteristics of modals. Characteristics of modals, right? One is they never change their form. They never change their form. They never change their form. Okay, you can't add, no, you can't add yes or you can't add yes, ed or ing, right? You can't add yes or ed or ing. Did you understand? Is it clear? Are you able to follow what I'm saying? Right? You can't add, you can't change the form, right? Should, willing, shoulding, no, you don't change it. You can't change the form. Did you understand? Is it clear, all of you? Right? They never change their form. Then they are always followed by infinitive without next point. They are always they are always followed by an infinitive. They are always followed by an infinitive without to. Without to, right? The bare infinitive, they are always followed by an infinitive without to, right? Next, third point. Okay. Third point, they are used to indicate modality. They are used to indicate modality, okay? Allow speakers to express certainty, possibility, possibility, willingness, obligation, necessity, ability. Okay, they are used to indicate modality, allow speakers to express certainty, possibility, willingness, obligation, necessity and ability. I hope you are able to follow this. So modals, yeah, we are seeing here modals, right? Use of modals, and I told you, right, what are modals and the characteristics, features of modals. And then we can now see the use of modal verbs. Use of modal verbs. Use of modal verbs. Use of modal verbs. Permission. First one is we use it to ask permission. Permission, right? Permission. Then ability. Obligation. Then fourth one, prohibition. Prohibition. Then lack of necessity. Advice. Possibility. And then probability. Okay, possibility and probability, right? So these are the uses of modals, right? We use the modals for asking permission, ability, obligation, prohibition, lack of necessity, advice, possibility and probability, right? So right, so I'll give some examples. For example, when you come to college, I can give you the examples and we can use the modals in sentences, right? So the modals are what? Can, could, should, may, must, might, ought to, right? These are all modals, right? Next I shall move to tenses. Right? Did you write down this in your books? Hope you're taking it down, all of you. Write it down. All of you, I hope you're taking it down in your books, right? And I told you keep one English book separately. Okay? Is it clear? Did you take this down? So use of modals. We use modals for asking for permission, ability, obligation, prohibition, lack of necessity, advice, possibility and probability. Please take it down. Okay, shall I move on? Right. Okay, I am moving on to the next topic. Right? I am moving on next topic, tenses. Okay. Next topic is tenses. What is this tense of a sentence? What is this called mood of a sentence? Tense is the mood of a sentence. Right? What does the sentence convey to us? Right? What does the sentence convey to us? So tense is a form of verb, right, which indicates time and continuation of something or completeness of an action. Completeness of an action in relation to the time of speaking, with connection to the time of speaking. Right? A particular tense. A situation happened at a particular time. So, to indicate that particular time, we use a particular tense. Right? So, time, when we are talking about tenses, we are talking about time of occurrence of a sentence and also action. Time of occurrence of an action. Okay? Hope you are able to follow carefully. So, tense of a sentence. Tense is called the mood of the sentence. What is the tone of the sentence? So, when we are talking about tenses, we should know about verbs. We should know about verbs. We should know the conjugation of the verbs. And when you want to identify the tense of a sentence, you should immediately look at the construction of the verb. You must immediately look at the construction of the verb. See, for example, Ravi is watching a movie. Ravi is watching a movie. Right? Now, if you look at this sentence, okay, there is subject Ravi and there is object or predicate movie. And what you have here? You have the verb. Now, if you watch carefully, if you observe carefully, before this verb, there is something, this is. And then here, watching, if you observe very carefully, if you understand carefully, watching, that is not the original verb. What is the original verb there? Watching. In watching, the original verb is, okay, watch. So, we have here verb plus ing. Verb plus ing. And what is this? This is helping verb. This is auxiliary verb. This is auxiliary verb. Helping verb. This is helping verb, auxiliary verb. Hope you are able to understand. Are you able to follow carefully what I am saying? Okay. So, tenses, if you want to identify the tense of a sentence, if you want to find out what tense a particular sentence is, you will be looking at this section. You will be looking at this section. Because tenses and verbs the conjugation of the verb. What is the situation of the verb? What is the form of the verb? If you want to find out the tense of a sentence, you need to understand the form of the verb. How is it? You need to notice very carefully whether any attachments before the verb or along with the verb. So we see here watching, before watching there is, and then you have watch, this is the verb plus ing. Okay, you have verb plus ing, watching, verb plus ing, watching. So when you look at this entire section, okay, you are able to identify what tense it is based on your understanding. So Ravi is watching a movie, right? So here is, we use it for present tense, and watch plus ing, watching, present continuous tense. The bus is going on the road. When I say the bus is going on the road, the bus should be going on the road. Okay, when I say the bus is going on the road, that means a bus should be going on the road when I am speaking that sentence. Hope it's clear, all of you. Are you able to follow? Right. So, conjugation of the verb. You have your different types of tenses. Present, okay, past and future. Present, past and future. Here in this class, we are going to see present and past. Right. So, here tense is a form of a verb used to indicate time and continuation or completeness of an action. So whether an action is complete or whether an action is going on, how can we know? We can know by looking or analyzing the tense. Every tense has a unique combination, a unique formula. So you need to understand that. You need to understand that very carefully. Right. So a grammatical category, tense is a grammatical category talking about the action, time of action, talking about the place, okay, when the action is happening, how the action is happening, when the action is happening and how the action is happening, going on. Okay. So here Ravi is watching a movie, we have subject Ravi, then we have your predicate a movie, and then you have this verb, this full section. Okay. For example, I will write again. Ravi is watching a movie. Right, so here I told you, look at this section. He is watching. So is plus verb. So what do we see here? The combination is, there is a is, auxiliary verb, okay, auxiliary verb, helping verb, is plus watch plus ing, he is watching. So what is there before the watch? You have here auxiliary verb, is, okay, auxiliary verb. Okay, why is called auxiliary verb? This is helping verb. This is helping verb. What is it helping? It is helping the main verb. This is watch is the main verb. The root of the verb, watch. So is, what are auxiliary verbs? Auxiliary verbs are verbs which help the main verb to stand alone or give complete sense. Some sentences without auxiliary verb, the main verb cannot stand alone. You need some support. you need some help. So in that situation, we use auxiliary verbs. Am, is, are, has, have, been. Right, that's a different chapter. But try to follow. Okay. So you have this tenses. Right. So here, Ravi is watching a movie. If you want to understand the tense of this sentence, or you want to find out the tense of this sentence, you need to look at this section. Is this section? What is this section? This is like the heart of the sentence. This is the heart of the sentence. Do you understand? Are you able to follow carefully? This is the heart of the sentence. So here, is watching. I told you is plus watch plus ing. This is present continuous. This is present continuous tense. Present continuous tense. Right? Because present continuous tense, the formula is or am or are. Okay, is or am or are plus verb plus ing. See, is or are or am, okay, plus verb plus ing. Is or are or am plus verb plus ing. Now this formula you need to associate it with present continuous. Present continuous tense. Okay, is or am or are plus verb plus ing. Is or am or are. Okay. Is or am or are plus verb plus ing. So here, is auxiliary verb. You have watch, the main verb, and then you have ing. Okay, is or am or verb plus ing. Are you able to follow carefully? Right. So tenses. You want to identify the tense of a sentence, you need to look at the verb construction. Based on the verb construction, you can understand what tense it is. So, we are going to see here the three types of tenses. What are they? Types of tenses. So first category, we shall see present tense. Present tense. Okay. First we see simple present. Right. Then present continuous. Present continuous. Present perfect. Present perfect. And present perfect, present perfect, continuous tense, present perfect, continuous tense. Is it clear, all of you? Okay, right? Are you able to follow? Right? So tenses, I gave introduction. We shall continue tomorrow morning. I shall come and teach you tenses tomorrow morning. Right? So thank you.